you ever fallen in love with a tea so much that you can't stop hoarding in your pantry? I turned our favorite Dongding Oolong into a chiffon cake. The flavors of caramel, brown sugar, and roasted tea all meld together seamlessly into a satisfyingly sweet and fragrant taste that reminds me of freshly cooked boba. I've infused this delicious oolong into the soft chiffon cake and cream. Then I topped them with white peaches for a refreshing dessert with a sweet fragrance that lingers like late summer memories. Not all Dongding Oolong teas are the same, and I learned this the hard way. This is our favorite Dongding Oolong from Taiwanese tea maker Chiffon. They removed the stems, then partially oxidized and roasted the tea leaves just the right amount to bring out their natural flavor. The best way for me to describe it is that it has the toasty aroma of roasted barley tea, alongside the intensely umami vegetal flavor offered by Japanese Guqin tea. When made into milk tea, all the richness of flavor comes through to produce a caramelly fragrance that tastes and smells like boba. Here are some other Dongding Oolong teas we've tried. This one seems to have been oxidized and roasted more, while this one retains the stems and has been charcoal roasted. While they don't have the same range of flavor that our favorite oolong offers, I still make good use of them by blending them to make a milk tea. The Chiffon Dongding is extra precious to us, so after simmering it in the milk for the cake batter for 7 minutes, I carefully press out every bit of the fragrant milk tea. Once it has cooled to room temp, it's ready to combine with the rest of the chiffon cake batter. While the cake cools thoroughly for 2.5 hours, I'll clean up and get to making the cream. This is my first time infusing oolong into my cake cream filling, and I wasn't sure if the full flavors of the tea would come through. But the end result astounded me. After infusing the tea into heavy cream for 5 minutes, I mixed it with my bloomed gelatin and Taiwanese black sugar. Once it just barely sets into a light custard in the fridge, I combined it with equal parts of plain heavy cream whipped to stiff peaks. Spoiler alert, the extra fat in the heavy cream actually elevated the intricate flavors of the tea. The taste of caramel and umami tea boldly coats your tongue like a roasted oolong creme brulee. Supremely delicious are the words that first came to my mind. The late summer freestone peaches are finally here. I've been looking forward to them for weeks. These weren't my favorite growing up, but now they are all the more valuable to my senses thanks to nostalgia. They have a more firm texture but are still moist and very sweet and very fragrant. They also don't oxidize as quickly, so I can include them in my cake without having to cook or glaze them first. I want to highlight all the nuances of the oolong, and my peach compote recipe is too intense for that. I ripened this white stone peach for about a day on the kitchen counter until barely soft, so that they're still on the more delicate side for a gentle mouthfeel. Once encased between the velvety cream, they will stay perfectly fresh while the cake sets in the fridge overnight. And by the next morning, the rest of the oolong cream will have firmed up enough for decorating the cake. I saved my firmest peach to add just a slightly more refreshing green tasting finish to top off each bite of the cake. We've been treasuring this tea for years, and it feels like a huge milestone to finally be able to try it in cake form. I'm honestly shocked that the flavors of the oolong really do come through in the cake, and I feel like I've developed a newfound appreciation for the tea. Each mouthful is satisfyingly sweet and luxurious, yet still light thanks to the fluffy cake and cream. I'm glad I went with thin slices of these refreshing white peaches because they are quite packed with sweet fragrance too. And I am not missing a single bit of the caramelly tea-infused cream. If you're a fan of roasted teas like genmaicha, barley tea, or even coffee, I highly recommend giving this dongding oolong a try. I used up a third of this can to make this cake, but it was worth it. Wish us luck in finding this tea in the store again next year, or we'll have to embark on another decades-long quest to find our next favorite.